As usual with the boom racing kits, you get very organized directions and organized hardware. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different bags of tiny, tiny, tiny little hardware. And each bag is labeled with the size. And then corresponding in the directions is exactly what you need. So it's labeled. You also get a bag of tools, including double-sided tape, drill bits, as well as a tiny little screwdriver. So Mr. Matt Maynard from Boom Racing hooked us up with an awesome hand drill set. That's gonna come in handy doing all of this, opening up all those holes to the proper sizes. The instructions tell you when you need the drill bits and what drill bit size you need. Read the instructions. I cannot express that enough. Read the instructions, because I'm learning along the way that I should have read further through and more in depth. Don't just skim through, actually pay attention to what you're doing. Another bag labeled parts. There's detents as well as magnets and little tiny pins. I'm guessing those are hinge pins. Not sure yet. Didn't see those in the instructions yet because I didn't get there. But very organized. I'm gonna start assembling this because I got some paint done so far. It is really shiny, really shiny. You can see all my fingerprints and everything. But guess what? It's not staying shiny. A little sneak peek. I started to mess with the door a little bit. Boop. It's gonna end up something like that. This is a spare door. For those of you that don't know, you can either do a convertible or the hard top. I opted to do the hard top, so there's the hard top, which means I do not need these doors because these are the convertible doors. So this was a little bit of a practice so I could see what color it would actually turn out to be, because it is very different from the color that it was. I don't know if that shows up on camera too well. So very different. Yeah, I wasn't sure I was gonna do patina. And then I started messing around with the spare door and was like, you know what? We're going patina just because it looks really good. Another food for thought, if you know anything about these trucks, they don't really rust. They're pretty much all aluminum construction. So if you are gonna patina one, rust would not be very scale. You can rust certain things, you know, bolt-on pieces, just not the body. You can put a little rust on the wheels maybe, things like that, but the body itself would not rust. It would have corrosion on it, but not physical rust like you would see on a normal car. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to be super scale with it. Or rust it out. I mean, you do your thing, whatever. It's your truck, you do what you want. No wrong way to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna start on these instructions. I have a full table over here. My whole right-hand side is just full of parts and they're all pre-painted on the trees, ready to go. I'm excited and I kind of want to get this assembled for the most part. I want to get the main body pieces on, and then I want to start to do a little bit of my patina work. I am probably going to pre-sand everything so that way I can get in everywhere before I assemble the body. But then I'm going to actually assemble everything and then do all my patina work afterwards. So that way everything jives and I'm not doing panel by panel. And then when I put this panel on the door, streaks and dirt and mud and stuff like that doesn't really jive with each other because they were painted separately, or maybe they're a different shade because I had to mix paint differently. So I want to do it all together. Other than that, I'm gonna get rocking and rolling here, get myself organized, get all my hardware out, go page by page, and do it exactly how the directions say, because so far these instructions have been spot on and I don't want to change that I don't like guessing, because this is the type of truck and build that if you don't read the directions and you just kind of try to wing it, you're gonna miss something important, and you're gonna go ahead of yourself. And I couldn't imagine. This is a step-by-step process. Trust me. Read the instructions. It's the last time I'm gonna tell you. Probably not. But let me go get this assembled, and I'll come back with a little bit of progress. Another word to the wise here. So this is what we got so far. We're starting to assemble. It's starting to look good. It's starting to look like something. This is the screwdriver they provide, okay? It's not magnetic, and the screws that you're dealing with are, I don't know if this is even gonna show up on camera. Very, very, very tiny, okay? So what I suggest, I have this kit. I think I got it at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's an iFixit kit. It has all your different bits, but it's magnetic, and it's got a nice big sturdy handle that you can get a better grip on. So I'm gonna start to use this. I actually just stopped what I was doing because I was having a very hard time holding on to those little tiny screws. I actually dropped one and had a complete panic attack because instead of working over my cow mat like a smart human, I was working on top of my lap in front of the bench. And I dropped it, and it went on the floor. I found it, so everything's back up and running normal. So I'm gonna go continue putting my lenses in the front. I am working on page 9 right now, so we are moving right along. I did start to sand my body a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, it's not bright and shiny anymore, and all I did was take a little bit of Scotch-Brite to it so far. I have more things planned, but right now I just wanted to dull it down a little bit and prep it before I get it together, and then start the rest of my patina process, because I have a rather odd patina process compared to everybody else. I'll go over it a little bit when I get there, but I probably don't do it right, and I don't care. It's my truck, and it's gonna look awesome when it's done. And as long as I like it, and maybe a couple of you like it, I'll be happy. So I am getting very excited because it's starting to look like a truck, not just a whole bunch of pieces sitting here. Once I put the grill in and said Land Rover, I was like, we're almost there. The daughters came out earlier. I had Cheyenne and Savannah out here. They came out and were checking it out and looking at the progress, and they were very happy that I sanded it down a little bit. They did not like it shiny, and I agree with them. It would have been cool to patina this over time, which was my original plan, but the gloss was just like, this is the spare hood because I'm not using this one. It's just too much. Like, the paint came out really nice, it's just too much. And I decided against it. So this is actually the hood we're using, because we are using the spare tire hood. So I'll be back with another update once we get all these screws in. I'll let you know if this tool definitely works better or not, and then I'll show you the front end when that's all complete. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so this thing's awesome. Let's see. I used the JIS 000 Phillips head. Super small, but look at that. I don't know if you could see, but it's magnetic. So you can just pick up the screws right off the table, and then put them on the screwdriver and boop, send them home. And it's actually magnetic enough that I actually had the screw in the lens and dropped it, and the lens and the screw stayed stuck to the screwdriver. So highly, highly recommend this. Huge help. Like, I got this done so much faster. So the front lenses are all in, the grill's in, and that was very, very easy once I started to use this tool. You can do it with this. It is just a lot harder because it's not magnetic. And I found that this slipped a little bit on the screws. You figure they're so tiny, they're very, very delicate. So I went with something a little bit better. But really cool that they do include the tool for you. Now, the next thing I have to do is use that sticker and my drill bits and get the vent in the side of the truck. So I'm gonna do that now, and then I'll come back and show you once that's all done, and we'll keep moving on. Hand drill. Thanks, Matt. He is the man. So in the directions, 0.8 drill bit. So I'm gonna go get the 0.8, get this thing rocking and rolling. Look at that, spray paint. Looks like I painted my fingernails. The vent is in the side. We're gonna plug this side, but very, very nice. Take your time. Make sure you use the provided template that is on your sticker sheet. And as always, just a reminder, put your hardware back in the baggie, because there are 900 tiny little screws, and some of them are like very, very close in size, and you will get confused. So put them back in the bag so you know exactly what size is in there. Because if you just dump these out all willy-nilly, good luck. It's gonna be so confusing, because I could not imagine. I'm gonna put this hand drill away, and we are gonna move on to the next page. We are on page 10 now. Look at that, 10 out of like 35. We're getting there.